There's something undeniably enchanting about Japanese gardens. They don't just decorate a space, they invite us into a new way of living, one that values stillness, simplicity, and natural beauty. Bringing this philosophy indoors can feel like creating a private sanctuary right inside your home. In this video, we'll explore how the magic of Japanese indoor gardens, especially rock gardens, can transform even the smallest of spaces into havens of serenity and reflection, while also enhancing your daily living experience. At the heart of every Japanese rock garden lies philosophy, known as karasansui or dry landscape gardens. These designs rely heavily on rocks, gravel, sand, and minimal greenery. They aren't just about aesthetics, they embody Zen principles of simplicity, contemplation, and mindfulness. When brought indoors, these elements become more than decoration. They serve as a daily reminder to slow down, breathe deeply, and reconnect with calm energy, no matter how chaotic the world outside your window may be. Contrary to what you might think, small spaces are perfect for Japanese indoor gardens. Their minimalist design means you don't need sprawling floor plans or large areas. Instead, these gardens thrive in corners, tabletops, or even wall-mounted displays. The absence of clutter allows every detail, whether a stone, a raked sand pattern, or a single bonsai tree, to shine with significance. This makes Japanese rock gardens especially suited for apartments, compact homes, or studio living where space must be maximized mindfully. Placement is crucial. A Japanese indoor garden should be located in an area where you naturally pause, like near a reading nook, beside a window, or at the entryway. These spaces benefit from an infusion of tranquility. Lighting also matters. Natural daylight is ideal to highlight textures, while soft ambient light in the evening enhances a calming glow. Avoid high-traffic areas where the garden risks being overlooked or disturbed. The right location ensures your rock garden becomes a focal point, not background noise. Rocks are the soul of a Japanese garden. Indoors, they become the sculptural centerpiece around which everything else revolves. Large, smooth stones can symbolize mountains, while smaller pebbles evoke rivers or islands. Choosing rocks with natural textures and irregular shapes ensures authenticity. Arrange them in odd numbers, avoiding symmetry, to mimic the randomness of nature. Even a single well-chosen stone can carry profound meaning. When placed thoughtfully, rocks transform from simple objects into silent storytellers, grounding your indoor sanctuary with timeless stability. Sand and gravel in a rock garden represent flowing water or vast landscapes. Indoors, they provide texture, movement, and contrast against rocks. White sand reflects light, brightening a small room, while darker gravel adds depth and grounding energy. The act of raking patterns into sand isn't only decorative, it's a meditative ritual that clears the mind. Whether waves, circles, or ripples, these designs shift easily, reminding us that beauty is never static. It's created and recreated with every moment of intention. Although traditional Zen rock gardens often minimize plants, indoor adaptations can benefit from selective greenery. A single bonsai tree, moss patch, or bamboo stalk brings vitality and softness to balance the stony textures. Indoor ferns or miniature succulents also integrate well, provided they don't overwhelm the minimal layout. The key is restraint. Greenery should accentuate the rocks, not overshadow them. Think of plants as punctuation in a sentence, subtle yet meaningful, offering life without crowding the tranquil space you've carefully designed. While water is not essential, its presence indoors enhances serenity. A small tabletop fountain or a bowl with floating pebbles and bamboo creates soothing sounds and movement. Water symbolizes renewal and life, grounding your space with balance. However, scale matters. Keep it small enough not to dominate the room. The gentle trickle of water in a rock garden corner transforms ordinary interiors into peaceful sanctuaries, masking urban noise and inviting you to pause, listen, and breathe in harmony with nature. Bonsai are living works of art that perfectly complement Japanese rock gardens indoors. Each tree, with its carefully pruned branches in miniature form, symbolizes patience and care. Positioned among rocks or beside a gravel section, bonsai introduce dynamic contrast, organic life against still stone. They also thrive in containers, making them ideal for limited space. Beyond aesthetics, bonsai trees remind us of time and growth, teaching that beauty emerges slowly through attention and respect, much like the art of cultivating serenity indoors. Lighting shapes how we experience a Japanese indoor garden. Soft, warm lighting enhances textures on rocks, sparkles gently on sand, and highlights plant leaves. Paper lanterns, floor lamps with rice paper shades, or hidden LED strips create a calming glow. The goal is to mimic natural light transitions, from sunrise brightness to evening dusk. Avoid harsh, direct lighting that flattens textures. Instead, focus on subtle layering, Proper lighting ensures that your garden remains equally captivating and soothing both day and night. Minimalism lies at the heart of Japanese indoor gardens. Every element, stone, sand, plant, or ornament, should serve a clear purpose. This doesn't mean empty space feels lacking. Instead, it creates breathing room, allowing the mind to rest. Too many objects dilute the serenity. By embracing minimalism, your indoor rock garden becomes not just decor but an intentional retreat. Less truly becomes more, and in simplicity you'll discover richness. Every detail heightened by the open space surrounding it, much like silence enhances music. Your indoor rock garden doesn't exist in isolation. It should flow harmoniously with furniture. Low wooden stools, tatami mats, or minimalist seating echo Japanese traditions. Avoid bulky or overly decorative furniture that disrupts tranquility. Choose natural materials like bamboo, rattan, or unfinished wood to complement the earthy tones of your garden. Even in a modern apartment, blending contemporary lines with natural textures ensures continuity. When your furniture and rock garden harmonize, the entire room transforms into a unified, serene living space. Colors in Japanese indoor gardens are deliberately subtle. Shades of gray, beige, white, and earthy browns dominate, accented by the fresh green of plants. This restrained palette avoids distraction and enhances focus. Pops of color, like a single red maple leaf or a lacquered bonsai pot, should be rare and intentional. Walls painted in soft neutrals or warm whites make rocks and sand stand out more dramatically. The muted tones create a cocoon of calm where natural beauty takes center stage. Shoji screens or sliding doors bring authenticity and flexibility to Japanese-inspired interiors. These lightweight partitions made of wood and paper diffuse natural light, casting soft, dreamy glows across your indoor rock garden. They also allow small spaces to adapt, separating the garden when privacy is needed or opening up to integrate it with the room. Incorporating such architectural features blurs boundaries between spaces, ensuring your rock garden isn't confined but instead flows seamlessly with the broader indoor environment. The richness of a Japanese indoor rock garden comes from its play of textures. Smooth river stones, rough volcanic rocks, fine white sand, and soft moss create layered contrasts that delight the eye and soothe the mind. Indoors, these tactile differences become even more pronounced, especially under gentle lighting. Contrasts remind us of balance: hard with soft, rough with smooth, stillness with movement. By curating textures thoughtfully, even a modest tabletop arrangement feels expansive, echoing nature's infinite variety within a small space. Every detail in a Japanese garden carries symbolism. Rocks often represent mountains or islands. Sand patterns suggest water or infinity. Moss symbolizes resilience and timelessness, while bonsai evoke patience and endurance. Indoors, these meanings take on new relevance. Your rock garden becomes a metaphor for balance in daily life, grounding you when routines feel overwhelming. It's not merely decoration. It's a symbolic reminder that strength, growth, and peace coexist naturally. Through symbolism, your indoor garden nurtures both beauty and inner clarity. Though minimal, Japanese indoor gardens can include artful touches. A stone lantern replica, a small pagoda figurine, or a calligraphy scroll nearby can deepen the cultural atmosphere. These ornaments should be understated, never cluttering the composition. Placement matters. Treat each piece as part of a larger story, not an afterthought. Indoors, art bridges your rock garden with the rest of your decor, creating a cohesive aesthetic. Properly chosen ornaments enhance storytelling, reminding us of Japan's heritage while preserving the essence of Zen. Sound is as vital as sight in cultivating serenity. While your indoor rock garden is visually calming, enhancing it with acoustic elements enriches the experience. Bamboo water fountains, wind chimes near windows, or soft background music with Japanese instruments complement the space beautifully. The goal is not constant noise, but a subtle soundscape that makes the room feel alive without being intrusive. Even the act of raking sand can become an auditory meditation, grounding you in the present moment. Unlike outdoor gardens, indoor rock gardens allow seasonal flexibility. In spring, you might add blossoming branches in a vase. In autumn, a scattering of red leaves atop white sand creates drama. Winter calls for simplicity, bare branches, muted tones, and stone dominance. These seasonal touches refresh the space, ensuring it evolves with time rather than remaining static. Indoors, where nature can sometimes feel distant, these changes bring the rhythms of the natural world into your living environment, keeping it alive. Every successful indoor rock garden has a focal point, an element that draws the eye and anchors the space. This might be a large stone, a bonsai with dramatic form, or a miniature lantern. Focal points add depth and prevent the garden from feeling scattered. Once chosen, the rest of the design should radiate balance around this anchor. Indoors, where distractions abound, a clear focal point ensures the garden remains impactful, holding your attention like a quiet visual meditation. Even if you lack floor space, Japanese rock garden magic can fit into compact corners. A small tray with sand, stones, and moss on a shelf becomes a meditative spot. These miniature gardens, often called desktop Zen gardens, are portable and versatile. They allow you to carry tranquility from one room to another, adapting to your lifestyle. For those who work long hours at a desk, a compact Zen corner becomes a grounding presence, reminding you to pause and breathe. One way to amplify the serenity of your indoor rock garden is to connect it visually with outdoor views. Position it near a window where natural light filters in, or where greenery outside extends the landscape. If you live in an apartment with a balcony, aligning indoor and outdoor plantings creates continuity. This blurs boundaries, making small spaces feel larger and more connected to nature. Such indoor-outdoor harmony reflects a central Japanese principle: living not apart from nature, but with it. Indoor Japanese gardens are low maintenance, but they do require care. Regularly rake sand to refresh patterns, dust stones to preserve texture, and trim bonsai or moss to maintain balance. If you've added water features, ensure they remain clean to avoid stagnation. Maintenance isn't just practical, it becomes ritual. Each small act of care deepens your connection with the garden, reinforcing mindfulness. The result is a space that feels alive and intentional, rewarding you with peace as you nurture it gently. Beyond aesthetics, Japanese indoor gardens influence how we feel. Their stillness reduces stress, their balance inspires clarity, and their beauty nurtures gratitude. For city dwellers surrounded by constant stimulation, a rock garden becomes an antidote to chaos. It's more than design. It's therapy in stone and sand. Whether meditating, reading, or simply passing by, the presence of this garden alters your emotional landscape. It reminds you daily that peace is not found elsewhere. It can be cultivated right at home. Japanese indoor rock gardens prove that size is never a limitation when it comes to cultivating peace. With rocks, sand, minimal greenery, and thoughtful placement, even the smallest corner transforms into a sanctuary. Every element, stone, plant, light, and texture, works together to restore harmony. As you embrace this tradition, your living space becomes more than shelter. It becomes a daily retreat for the soul. By integrating Japanese garden magic indoors, serenity is never far. It's right where you live.